But man, that's still an amazing experience, man. Wow,
Yeah,
you was actually on the set, and like you say, the actors was actually there. So in comparison, from I guess the movie that you did the first time, it was like I guess an independent film. Is
yep.
that the proper word? Versus like a major motion picture. What was the compare contrast? In your opinion?
I mean, look, man, let me show you something. No knock on the first film because this is my guy, and I'll still film with him any day. But
All right, no doubt.
we filmed it on something like this, right?
Right. Hmm.
Versus a camera on a major production. The man had to strap it to his body. He had a like a suit on with an anchor, something like this mic, and the camera was so big it was attached to that, and it was a
Wow.
gimbal. Like it was a major production. Dude, we talking about craft services. You can walk downstairs and it's just food everywhere. You can just eat whatever you want. I'm talking about they had like it was the director of the movie. Man, I can't even remember his name, but he's some big time dude. But he was like right there. They had a whole different room set up with cameras and screens watching us upstairs while they were downstairs. They was watching the playback. Like I'm talking, this was major Hollywood it'll change your life type of deal. Like I'm talking about millions of dollars worth of equipment. I'm talking about millions in actors. Everybody was there, man. Like it was kind of like a dream come true. Like I wasn't overwhelmed because I think like by that at that point I was kind of like just used to doing it because I was in prior to doing it I was already in the middle of filming something else too. So I was it was
Hmm.
like the first movie that I was in with the dude that reached out to me. I was in that one. We had already filmed that one. It was done. And then right after that, when I had started filming another movie, it's called Common Creed, and that one is on you can watch that right now on Amazon Prime. So I was in the middle of doing that one too at the same time. So and that one was a like actually a step up from the first movie that I was doing. So I was around a lot more people, and it was kind of like all right, stuff was moving, it was getting a little bit bigger. So when I went over to Judas and the Black Messiah, it was kind of like all right, I'm used to being around a lot of people now, but I think the only thing that kind of hit me was when I saw the stars. Like I
Right.
wasn't I wasn't starstruck, but it was kind of like, the dude that played in what's the movie, man? I can't remember his name, but he played in The Sunken Place. What's the movie called? The dark skinned dude. He played in The Sunken Place. Him, not
Oh
the
yeah.
Sunken Place.
I forget what it was called. I know what you're talking about.
The dark skinned dude with the big eyes or whatever.
He from England, right?
Yeah, yeah. Him and the other
Mhm.
dude from that movie, they were like right there next to me, like in the hallway. I ain't say nothing, but I was just like in my mind, I'm like, damn, I'm like right here with these dudes, man. Like,
Mhm.
and I was going crazy in my mind. So I think that was the only thing from that set that just being in that production that like blew me away. Cause I'm like, I'm right there. I'm right there, man. And if I keep on working, I'm gonna be right there. Like right there with these dudes and something else major down the line, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So I mean,
most definitely.
yeah,
Man, I think it. What is it called? Get Out? Was that what it was
Get
called?
Out. Yep. So
Yeah, yeah.
both of the dudes was there from Get Out. Both of them, they was right there. And the one dude, I don't know if you remember the scene in Get Out where the dude he took the dude picture and he kind of like snapped out of it and his nose started bleeding. I can't
Hmm.
remember his name, but I watched a video about him and he was just talking about his journey and how he made it into acting and stuff like that. He literally just went around just trying to get roles. There wasn't like no major schooling and stuff like that behind him. He just tried it and he ended up where he is now. So it's kind of like the same thing as me. Like I said, like when I was younger, no one invested in what I wanted to really be. It was kind of like what they wanted me to be. So I didn't get a chance to go to acting school and stuff like that. It was kind of like, I woke up one day and I said, this is what I'm going to do. And seeing him and hearing his story about how he made it, it inspired me even more to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. And when I saw him that day on the set, I was like, he here. Because back when I saw his interview, he wasn't really doing too much then. It was just kind of like he had a spot on, I want to say, what's that TV show called? ATL. It's the Atlanta TV show. I saw him on there,
Yeah.
and
Uh huh.
he been growing ever since though. So I'm like, you know what? I see what's going on. So I know exactly what to do, man. And like I said, man, that was like the only thing that really blew me away when I was on that set.
Yeah, wow. I appreciate you sharing that with me. And I just noticed something. Right, you said the dude, both of them was in Get Out, so they worked together again on this film. I never put that together
Yeah,
until now. But
yep,
it's always like a weird experience though, like when you meet celebrities and famous people sometimes, because you used to seeing them on TV, you used to seeing them doing this and that, but then when you see them in real time, it's like, wow, this person is human, especially if you get to talk to them or spend a lot of time with them instead of, seeing them in passing. But like you
right,
say, man, if you keep grinding, you will be right there with them maybe 5 or 10 years from now. And you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Somebody will be looking at you like, man, this dude, who is this dude? And you be like, man, I had to work for this. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I was in your position one day. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But that's what's up, man. So let me see. Overall, how did you feel about the film? Once it was complete and you got a chance to check it out, did you think it was a good film or
It was amazing. But the only
okay?
thing that throw me off with movies these days, like I get that it's like based on a true story.
Hmm.
I think what throws me off about movies like that nowadays is kind of like we not everybody, a lot of us know what's going on, but it kind of like it's feel like we kind of repeating the same story over and over again. And I feel like it's kind of like it's kind of like setting us back a little bit. Like that's one side of my mind thinking it's kind of setting us back because it's kind of like somebody keep putting something in our face to let us know this is how it used to be, and it seemed like it's like a hidden message in there, like trying to tell us like, oh, it could easily go back to this or something to try to keep us in check. And I'm just like, why do we always gotta see stuff like that? And I don't know, it just seemed like that's the only thing that kind of made me feel bad about the movie because we went to the theaters and saw it and we saw it at home and me and my girl, we was both just sitting there kind of like looking at it like it was like cringy a little bit. I'm just like, man, it just kind of had me looking a little sideways and it kind of like took away not like my hope, but I can see how that type of movie can snatch the hope out of some people, man. Like when you talk about somebody who got a plan to push our people forward, but then
Hmm.
they put a movie like that in your face, and then it'll scare like the average person to make them think like, well, damn, my own people will do that to me, so I might as well just not even do nothing because I might run the risk of one of my own people stabbing me in the back. So guess what? I'm just not gonna say nothing. But that same person that shut down because they saw that movie and it made them think negative of our people, they probably could have been somebody that could have pushed the world forward or pushed our people forward, but they never said anything because they put a movie like that in our face and it scared us away from our own people. So that's the only thing that I looked at a little bit sideways about the movie.
Man, I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, because I feel like that sometimes, because it's like they be like, "Where the black leaders at?" or this and that. You almost signing up for certain death or jail. Anybody that be like, "Okay, let's get out of this," oppression. You know what I'm saying? It's just almost hopeless. It's overwhelming. Sometimes you walk away with an eerie feeling watching movies like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
make you feel like you got to watch your back all the time, man. And it kind of, it kind of make you feel like you got to censor yourself all the time because, if you say the wrong thing, you might
Right.
get somebody looking at you a little funny because, like, even with what you do, like, I know this ain't about you, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I watch what you do and everything that you post online, bro. I see it all. And I see the hate sometimes where it'll be somebody who got something negative to say. And I'm like, dude, all he trying to do was push our people forward. Why do you have to
Right.
find some negativity, something negative to say? Like, it ain't like you on there trying to tell people something that's wrong because you're not, but it's kind of like those people come out the woodworks and they try to make you feel like, okay, you need to watch your back and be careful what you say. Like, nah, man.
Right. Pretty much.
Right, you trying to help us, man. You're not trying to tear us down, bro.
Right. Right. I appreciate that, King.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.